Ooh, this looks interesting.
How do you make money for nothing?
There's loads of metally goodness in here.
The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
The moths have been at this, Tony.
Yes, they have.
That's why entrepreneur E.J. Osborne
I like to call this industrial chic.
wants to get his hands on things before they hit the skip.
I'm a designer and maker with an obsession for getting crafty with cast-offs, and I've turned my passion into a business. I take the old, turn it into the new, and sell it for a profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers,
It needs to be given some happiness.
He does.
I don't have a choice, do I? This is all you brought me.
I'm sorry, Neil.
he can transform his finds into desirable,
That is spectacular! Oh, my goodness.
valuable,
Can I touch them?
Touch of Bill.
and, let's hope, saleable items.
Oh, my goodness!
If E.J. is successful, he can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
That's unbelievable! Oh my goodness!
Woking Recycling Centre in the glorious county of Surrey. It's where hundreds of people bring tons of trash, and it's where upcycler extraordinaire E.J. Osborne has come to spend the day doing what he loves best, rummaging the rubbish.
Check out this thunderous noise behind me. Now, I reckon that's a sure sign that the recycling gods are going to be on my side today. All I have to do is save some stuff from the clutches of the grabber.
And that stuff will consist of 3 items which can be repaired, rejuvenated, or completely reinvented and sold on for a profit.
Morning. Hey.
E.J. has special permission to scour the skip, so time to get to work.
Just taking a moment.
So soon?
Right, that's enough reflecting. I better get collecting.
About time too. Luckily for you, Holly and Ben have arrived and are about to bin a boot full of unwanted old bits and pieces.
Oh, hang about, guys. Hello.
Hi
Good
there.
afternoon to you.
Afternoon.
How are you doing?
Not too bad.
I've spied something special in your boot.
Armchair.
This looks very interesting. What's
It
going
is.
on here? Why are you dumping this?
Well, this is my dad's chair. Obviously, you can see the state of it now, so he's replaced it with a brand new one.
Do you mind if I take this?
Possibly. Possibly. What are you thinking of doing?
Well, I just think that this is nowhere near the end of its life.
Okay.
I think we can make something really special.
Sounds good. I'm sure my dad will like that.
Yep.
Go
If you
good
get
use.
some more life out of it, it'd be great.
It looks a bit sort of meaty and heavy. Would you mind helping me
course
take
I
it
will.
away?
I'll let the bandage work.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go.
So E.J. has his first item, a tired old single-seater. Why, oh why, would he have chosen that? Any ideas, Ben?
I reckon he chose that chair because it's quite a good-looking chair, quite a nice little piece. So obviously, being updated and upholstered, it will look good.
Yes. We look good, yeah.
Very cheery couple.
Now, I know this looks really bad, and it is really bad, but I can see through all this grubby, grimy, grotty exterior. All it needs is a lot of TLC, and that's exactly what it's going to get.
And the lucky people with this old treat in store? The Bristol Upholstery Collective is a creative maker's space that welcomes all with a shared passion for upholstery. Created and run by Leanne Treadwell, this group of legendary ladies put their heads together to create furniture that has to be seen to be believed.
I love to constantly challenge myself. I always want to do something new, and do it differently to how I might have done it before. If I wasn't an upholsterer, I reckon I'd be a back-end dancer. That was the dream in the 80s. MTV, I would have been there.
I'm not sure Leanne and the team will be tripping the light fantastic when they find out what EJ has in store for them. With With one item safely tucked away, EJ is back on the hunt for 2 more. And he's employing every one of his razor-sharp senses to find some gems.
Can you hear that? Now that is the distant call of rubbish waiting to be saved.
Nope, that's more like the sound of being too late to save any of that lot. But if you're quick, you might just catch Steve, who looks like he may have something rusty to check out in the boot of his car.
All right, mate, give you a hand there.
Mate, yeah, lovely, cheers.
What have we got here then?
Some old acro props.
What? These look... They're heavy, aren't they?
They are heavy.
So, what are these for?
I built an extension on the house a few years ago.
Yeah.
They were used for supporting the ceilings and the roofs while we were taking walls and that out. Don't need them anymore. They're just taking up space in the garden.
They're pretty meaty old things, aren't they?
Yeah, take plenty of weight. So they held my house up while I was knocking walls out, so...
I really love all this old, heavyweight industrial stuff. So, do you think I'd be able to have these?
Help yourself.
Yeah?
Yeah, help yourself.
Great. All right. Well, thanks very much for your help.
You're welcome.
I will take them away for you.
Brilliant stuff.
Cool.
What are you going to make with them, then?
Don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. The possibilities are endless.
Endless possibilities. Can you think of any, Steve?
I think you might make a table or adjustable bed or something like that out of it, because they've got the legs that go up and down. If you can get them all cleaned up and working again, they should work perfectly.
Some good thoughts there, Steve.
So I'm always on the lookout for some hardcore industrial equipment, and these are exactly that. I reckon with a bit of elbow grease and some thought, they're going to go a long way.
All the way to one lucky artisan. Artist blacksmith Beck Simon is a master in manipulating metal into high-end furniture and bespoke metalwork commissions. Together with husband Dave, this dynamic duo relish each new challenge and go at it hammer and tongs.
We like texture, sort of flowing lines. I mean, there was a lot of Art Nouveau inspiration.
Yeah, well, you came from a very Art Nouveau background, and over the years it's developed. It's a bit more... I don't know, what's the word?
Unique.
Unique.
Ah, yes, Art Nouveau, flowing, graceful lines and elegant designs. Perfect for the 4 rusty old props heading their way. That's 2 finds tidied away, which leaves EJ searching for something that he can transform into treasure.
Once you start rummaging, it's addictive. I'd go as far as to say it's a slippery slope.
Best not to let anything slide past you in that case, EJ, especially as Dave's arrived and he's about to tip a bootload of timber.
Ooh, hello.
Hello, mate.
How are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, yeah, fine.
So, you've got lots and lots of interesting wood flooring in your boot.
Right, OK, it's interesting, is it?
Yeah, well, it is to us. Are you, you're tipping all that,
Yeah,
are you?
I'm tipping it all away, yeah. It's what was left over when I redone my lounge floor.
So these are all solid oak?
Yeah, they are, mate, yeah, solid flooring.
And you got loads in there. You sure you want to chuck it all out?
Yeah,
Wow.
Just sitting in the shed.
Nice. Well, can I take it and make it into something else?
Yeah, feel free. Yeah, no worries.
All right. Do you mind giving me a hand with it?
Yeah, of course I will. No, yeah, no problem.
Can I bring it back and show you what I've made with it?
Yeah.
At some point, yeah?
Yeah,
Is that all
that'd be
right?
interesting.
OK, let's get it out then.
OK, no worries.
A whole load of brand new flooring is a fantastic find. But what do you think could be done with it, Dave?
I haven't got a clue what EJ's going to do with it, but it's solid wood, it's pretty good material, so who knows?
And the living room at home must be looking great, right?
My living room's looking lovely. It's, yeah, just a job.
Nice one, Dave.
Look at all this. This is such a find. It's oak. It's fantastic quality. There's no warping whatsoever. It's in abundance. As a material, if you're a craftsperson, this is what you want to be working with.
Sounds like you're a very lucky man, EJ. Today's hunt is over. Leanne and the team will tackle the old green chair, Bex and Dave will deal with the old props, and EJ will craft with the copious amounts of oak floorboards.
I've had a wonderful time in Woking. I found some really interesting stuff, and I'm going to take great pleasure in turning it into treasure.
These days, Bristol is not just known for seafaring, but also as a creative harbour. And docking their ship in the talent pool are Leanne and her team. EJ has brought along the old green armchair, and it looks as if he's in a rush.
Do you know, I like the idea of something that's really, really quite unbearably ugly, and then making it into something really unrecognisable. Basically, I want challenging. Like, I reckon we can take on a challenge.
I don't think you'll be disappointed, Leanne.
So I'm here with one of the saddest looking chairs I've ever seen. I'm going to wheel it into Leanne because I hope she's the one to cheer it up.
It's going to take more than an arm around its shoulder and a few good jokes to cheer up this old chair. But if anyone can, Leanne and her collective can.
Hello?
Hey, Jen, what have you got? Oh, my word. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Let's get it up.
OK. What happened to this chair?
It's had an incredible life by the looks of it. I don't know where.
But I don't know, it feels sturdy, you know, this framework and everything feels sturdy, right? It's a beast of a chair, really. So I think it should be fine.
My initial idea for this is because it looks so sad and sorry.
Yeah.
So I would like to see fun, jazzy, you know, mainly fun. I would like to see this chair kind of sing.
I love that. Fun, jazzy, and yeah, get this chair singing. Brilliant.
With all that in mind, I'm going to need to pin you down on a budget.
If I say £430, that should cover me to, you know, replace any bulk of it. But then I might come in cheaper, depending on what I can find.
Leanne, if you can take this sad frog and make it into a charming prince for 430, I'm going to take that and I'll leave you to it, and I'll see you soon.
Great. Thanks.
Leanne didn't look too impressed at the prospect of giving it a kiss.
So I've left Leanne with the chair, and I think this one's going to be a real challenge. But I know that she's going to have a lot of fun with this one. I hope.
I asked for an opportunity and a challenge, and I think it just turned up. EJ just smashed it.
For a budget of £430, Leanne and friends are to turn the old green chair into a fun, jazzy prince that really sings. Simple. In the tranquil setting of the Surrey countryside, you'll find Bex and Dave in their workshop, which is handy since EJ has sent the 4 old rusty props to them. And already they're inspiring Bex.
We could do a transition of this is what metal can look like to this is what metal can look like.
Anyone else confused?
Isn't that the idea of the show?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about within a piece. So you're like, oh, this is a scaffolding.
Ah, telephone. Play answer it.
Go on then.
Hi, EJ.
Hi, how are you?
Not bad. Bex is here as well.
Hiya.
Hi, Bex. What do you think of those big support poles I sent you?
They're good. We're just sort of trying to think of some ideas. Have you got an idea?
They kind of look like they lend themselves to table legs, so I was thinking maybe some kind of big industrial table or something like that. Would that be something that interests you?
That would be quite good. That would be a really nice thing, actually.
Yeah, a table would be good.
OK, that sounds exciting. And if you made that, what kind of budget could you do that on?
It would be quite a lot on this because it's quite a big project. I think we'd be looking at about £800.
£800, OK.
That sounds great. I'm going to let you get on with that. I'm going to wish you luck, and I see you guys soon.
Brilliant. All right, thanks a lot, EJ.
Bye, guys. Good luck.
Bye.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
But what's the tabletop going to look like?
I'm pretty pleased with what EJ's given us here.
Oh gosh, yeah, they're brilliant.
We've got lots to get on with.
Need to sit down and do some drawings.
Yeah, let's get going then.
Okay.
EJ's agreed on a budget of £800. But with no plan yet for what the table will look like, there's a lot riding on those design drawing specs. With his crafty crews underway on their own projects in Somerset, it's time for EJ to turn his attention to the collection of solid oak floorboards. At least he's got plenty to work with.
Wow, there's just so much of this wood. I'm so excited about it. It's all new as well, so it's going to be lovely to work with. And there's nothing more I like than cutting up wood. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it all up, and with all the bits and pieces, I'm going to stick them back together and make geometric patterns. And with those geometric patterns, I'm going to make a selection of small, funky coffee tables.
Before any cutting begins, EJ is planing off the protective lacquer. Often applied to floorboards, lacquer is a way of protecting the wood and giving it a shine. Instead, EJ plans to give his coffee tables a natural wood finish.
So I want to keep it really simple. I want to use these planks for the top of the table, and I want to make geometric patterns out of them. So I need a base to fit these geometric pieces onto, and then I need legs. And that's about as complicated as I want it to get. But you should see, I've just drawn what looks like a piece of toast.
You must have some odd-shaped toast in your house, EJ. As they are, the floorboards are too wide for what EJ has in mind, so he's thinned them down with a bandsaw.
So if you want to keep it really, really simple, you know, you could just have diagonal stripes across the whole tabletop. What if I kept some shiny, so some raw and some shiny at random? I like it already, and it's nowhere near being a table.
Using a base of square plywood, EJ's attaching the oak strips, and in a belt and braces fashion, he's using wood glue and nails for a rock-solid fixing. Or maybe not. To carry on the belt and braces analogy, that's the equivalent of your trousers folding down.
I need longer nails.
Using nails that reach the plywood below soon solves the problem, and used along with wood glue, those oak strips won't be going anywhere.
Just got to trim these edges off now.
Once the excess is trimmed from around the piece of plywood, EJ is hoping he's left with a square of diagonal oak strips as a top for his coffee table.
Looking good.
The moral of the story seems to be, if all else fails, use longer nails. EJ has spent £50 and 96p on his floorboards to coffee tables transformation, which includes the hardball base and new hairpin legs that he ordered online. Oh, yeah, and the longer nails. Staying in the southwest of the country, Leanne and her team are preparing to begin work on the old green chair.
Okay, ready? We're going in. Actually, do you know what?
That might be all right, you know, to stand back.
Hang on, I can see a crack here in this frame here, look. But do you know what? It's sturdy, it's not too, like, old and manky, rotten or anything like that, so actually, I might be able to do something nice with it.
The fact the frame is cracked seems not to have dispirited the team, and there's still the possibility of doing something with it. Maybe even something nice, which is encouraging.
Oh, I've got legs. She's got her legs out.
Leanne hopes to leave some of the wood frame exposed, but it all depends on what it looks like.
We found a scratch card in the back of this chair. So, any winnings?
Got to call and find out.
Oh, God, that's going to cost 20 quid at least, isn't it? Oh, damn it.
Looks as if you'll be finishing the chair then, Leanne. But on the bright side, the chair's wooden frame is proving to be a winner so far.
This is good, okay.
It's good. It's not a bad quality frame, actually.
I want to take this bit off.
Do you?
Just one side.
What?
Just make it... It's going to be an odd chair, anyway. I mean, a great odd chair.
Great odd chair.
But let's make it odder.
So what, take away the whole side?
No, just this one bit here. And have an angle. I'm gonna draw it out for you and show you.
A picture.
What?
Need to visualise.
A picture? That'll save 1,000 words.
So I'm thinking about removing a section of the frame to make it asymmetrical, because it's very curved at the moment. But I think it might work. I'm just going to try and do my best drawing, which is not going so well, actually. It will look really different.
Asymmetrical. So instead of it being a bucket chair, will it be half a bucket?
Do you know what? If it doesn't work out, we can glue it back on, right?
We're about to find out.
I hope EJ isn't watching this. He'll probably be absolutely appalled.
In case it's still not clear, Leanne is removing the rounded back to the chair, but only on one side, leaving one armrest curved and sweeping, with the other sharp and angular.
OK, we're through.
That'll be the angular side then.
Might have lost a little bit, but I'm sure we can just glue that back in and fill that, because all of this will be upholstered. But that's going to be cool. I think that's cool. Just take out one of the sides, asymmetric chair. Amazing.
Leanne's delicate alterations will be covered at the front, but the plan is to leave the legs exposed.
The thing that we really want to try and do is sand out the staple holes that the previous upholstery had left on the frame in the woodwork.
Is that possible?
They will go. It should leave us with a real nice, smooth finish. We'll see how it goes.
Is there a plan B just in case? With EJ and the Bristol crew well underway with their own projects, in Surrey, Bex and Dave are busy moving some rusty old props from one place to another. What's the plan, guys?
So I think for this, we'll get a piece of plywood and then use different sort of patches of metal, you know, so you've got like a patch here.
Scrap.
Yeah, scrap, and then just sort of stitch it so it looks like this sort of patchwork of metal.
Yeah.
With the acro props as table legs, the top will be a patchwork of scrap metal.
And a couple of bits.
That's a great start, Bex, but I think we're going to need a few more pieces than that.
Oh, look, that'll be good. The checkered plate.
If you say so.
Oh, that would be really good if we could find some more of that. And see what else I can find.
The standard height for a dining table is 76 centimetres. And of course, it's pretty important that all four legs are the same length. No one likes a wobbly table, so there's no margin for error, Dave.
Ooh.
That's another piece of rusty old scrap found for the tabletop.
What I'm doing is I'm looking at sort of interesting textures and shapes, you know, whether we use this or whether we, you know, try and hammer it with the power hammer to put a print onto a metal. So it's just looking for things that we can sort of stitch together to get this sort of patchwork table.
Getting the leg length just right is critical, and Dave's hit a snag. All the cutting has freed the rusty props, making their height adjustable.
Well, we'll just have to weld these up at whatever height we want.
Problem solved.
Got an array of bits here.
I'm not sure Dave heard you, Bex. You might have to say it again.
A variety. Love?
Oh. Yeah.
I was worrying about wobbly legs, but what's the plan for the top?
Not that we've really done it. You were talking about this resin thing. What about if we made our table and put a thing up so you get all the textures, but then you've got the smooth top from the resin? Because then you have all these textures and you have all the gnarliness, and we could use some really rusty stuff. And
Yeah, well, I haven't done any resin work, have you?
well, my dad set my mum's ankle screws in Perspex once.
Yeah, but he didn't do it. He sent that off.
You have to admire Bex's ambition. So while Dave looks on, Bex forms a plan to create a patchwork tabletop set in clear resin using a technique neither of them really know. Excellent.
But that's why we work so well as a team. Because you're quietly not coping with the idea, whereas I'm like, yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about all the problems, that's all.
Yeah, but don't. Just think it's going to be great.
I think I'm with Dave on this one. In Somerset, EJ's been working hard making the solid oak floorboards into something a little more exciting. When EJ first found the floorboards, they were brand new but surplus to requirements. They've moved up in the world as they've become the solid oak tops for a range of tables. EJ has removed the lacquer surface of some, cut them into thinner strips and mix and match them into geometric patterns, adding colourful hairpin legs and a solid oak surround. Completes the contemporary look he was hoping for.
I'm really chuffed with the way these tables have worked out. I think they look super. You know, these floorboards have worked out so well. I loved working with them. I'm going to be sad to see this lot go.
When EJ met Dave at the recycling centre, he couldn't believe his luck.
Are you, you're tipping all that?
Yeah, I'm tipping it all away, yeah. It's what was left over when I redone my lounge floor.
Just in case you were worrying, Dave did finish the job. Isn't that right, Dave?
My living room's looking lovely. It's, yeah, just a job.
It's not only your living room looking lovely, Dave. EJ's coffee tables are pretty easy on the eye too. When advertised online, it didn't take long for them to sell. They're now off to the homes of private buyers. EJ's travelled to Addleston to catch up with Dave to show him what has become of his old floorboards and to hand over some cash.
Dave.
Hello, EJ. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
So last time I saw you, we were down at the recycling centre.
That's right.
And you were getting rid of loads of floorboards.
Yeah, oak floorboards.
Yeah, now just remind me again, why were you getting rid of them?
Basically, it's the leftovers of the when we renovated our lounge. We put an oak floor down, that's what was left over.
Well, I was very excited about those floorboards.
Yeah.
I took that project on myself.
Okay.
So I managed to make some pretty cool things out of them.
Right.
Want to see what they are?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I made 4 coffee tables.
They are really good.
I used all the wood because it was about maximising like all that wood because there was so much of it. And yeah, what do you think of that?
They look really impressive, mate.
Yeah?
They're really, yeah. I can't believe you've made those out of that bit of old timber.
So the other good news is I managed to sell them, and I did that through social media.
Right.
And I got a bit of a profit for you here.
That's good.
So I've got £84.04.
That's terrific.
And another 500.
Wow, I can't believe that. That is amazing. Well, that is, thank you very much. I'm not surprised you sold them, but that is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Any ideas what you'll spend all that cash on?
Oh, I'll probably spend it on the grandkids or something.
Yeah.
It'll come in very handy.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
OK, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
That's a few days out for the grandkids.
Well, I loved working on those tables, so I was so happy that Dave shared my enthusiasm for them, and I think he was quite pleased with that profit.
The floorboards cost just £50, 96p to transform. EJ managed to sell the tables for a total of £635, leaving a whopping profit of £584.04 for Dave to spend on his grandkids. With one very handsome profit handed over, it's the turn of our Bristolian upholsterers. And Leanne is putting the finishing touches to the old green seat, just in time as EJ's on his way.
I'm really excited about showing off this one to EJ. I can't wait to see what he says and to see how we've kind of really transformed a few elements of this chair. It was tricky, but it's so worth it. It's amazing.
So I'm here in Bristol to see Leanne. I left her with that sad frog chair of mine. Let's go and see if she's turned it into a handsome prince.
Last time EJ laid eyes on the old saggy seat, its best days were well and truly over. But now, it has a bright, colourful new future to look forward to. Leanne and the team have stripped back the chair to its bare bones. Instead of recovering the frame, they've sanded it down, coated it with beeswax and very much left it on show. Cutting off an arm has given the seat an asymmetrical appearance, and it would be difficult to find a more colourful fabric covering. The upholstery complies with current UK fire safety standards. But will EJ give his seal of approval?
Hello.
Hi, Leanne. That's not the frog chair.
That is sad frog chair.
But it's not sad frog chair anymore.
It's not sad no more.
It's fruity, it's energetic, it's got something, isn't it? Look at that.
Chopped a bit off here, look, make it a bit asymmetrical.
Yeah, so I was just going to ask you about that lovely shape.
Yeah, there was this beautiful round frame, and I decided to chop off to make it asymmetric. So actually to bring in those elements of it being really different and really funky, yeah, it kind of played on that.
It's amazing. And tell me about this fabric. Why did you choose this fabric?
We just thought it was a really great way of bringing in lots of colours and a new kind of busy pattern that was really, yeah, new, fresh.
This is a lot of work, Leanne, and taking that into consideration, I know we said a budget of £430. Did you manage to stick to it?
Yes, we got there. It's £430, just about did it.
It's a fantastic piece, and you know, I think a lot of people are going to want this, so I'm going to get busy trying to sell it.
Yeah,
and I'm going to see you soon. But seriously, so well done, Leanne.
Thanks.
OK, bye.
Take care, see you.
EJ really liked it. That couldn't have gone any better.
I think he loves it. Oh, it's obvious, isn't it?
Wow, Leanne and the girls have really worked their upholstery magic on that chair. It made me smile just looking at it. It deserves a really special buyer, and I'm going to go and find one.
When he met Ben and Holly at the recycling centre, EJ was quick to spot the potential in Ben's chair.
I've spied something special in your boot.
Our chair.
This looks very interesting.
Turns out Ben was a tough negotiator.
Do you mind if I take this?
Possibly. Possibly. What are you thinking of doing?
Well, I just think that this is nowhere near the end of its life.
EJ was right, and all it took was the kiss of life from Leanne and friends to turn it into a prince of a chair. It was advertised online and very quickly was winging its way to a furniture shop in Truro, where owner Jody was delighted to have it.
Well, this is a really funky modern chair. Fits in with what we do. We'll have no problem selling this.
EJ's in Woking to catch up with Ben, to reveal what became of his dad's old chair, and to hand over some profit.
Ben.
Hi there. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Ben?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Yeah?
Not too bad.
So, we took your green chair away.
Yep.
It had seen better days. It was looking really tatty.
Did you wonder what I was going to do with it?
I was, yeah. I was contemplating what you'd actually turned it into and obviously how it looks now.
Well, I took it to a lovely lady called Leanne who runs an upholstery collective in Bristol, and she and her ladies worked their magic on it. It is a complete transformation. Right. Would you like to have a look at it?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
yes.
OK.
Can't wait.
So...
Very nice.
Completely different.
Completely different. The actual style of the chairs. Yep.
So she stripped it back.
OK.
And underneath there was this lovely kind of shape, these lovely arms, this lovely woodwork.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah?
I'd like to buy it myself.
Well, unfortunately you can't, because we did manage to sell it and it's made a profit.
Nice.
So I have for you £50.
OK, lovely. That's a good, that's a nice surprise, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think you might spend that on?
More furniture, I think.
OK, another chair.
Yeah, another chair, yeah. Another chair. not throwing it away down the dump. Yeah.
Right, have a good day.
Thank you very much.
So there you go. Ben seemed to like the chair and he's got £50 to put towards some new furniture. Result.
The chair transformation cost £430. EJ was able to sell it on for £480, which left a profit of 50 quid to hand back to Ben to spend on new furniture. In Surrey, Bex is in her workshop putting the finishing touches to what were once rusty old props. Just in time for EJ to take a look.
So I'm in Guildford to see Bex and Dave. I left them with those huge metal props. I think I'm getting a table. I left them with a whopping £800 budget, so whatever it is, I'm excited about it.
So happy to do the table because those leg things are just perfect for a table, weren't they?
Yeah, it kind of came out the bag right at the end, really, didn't it?
I always knew it was going to be good.
It was going to be lumpy.
Yeah, but I knew that we'd be able to do it well.
That's fine. I just wanted to know how we're going to make it flat.
Yeah, but I knew in my head that it was going to...
Why didn't you tell me?
I did.
It's all about teamwork when dealing with items saved from the skip, such as the seized up rusty old props. They have been transformed into a magnificent futuristic patchwork metal table. Bex and Dave have shortened the props to be used as legs. They've been rubbed down and lacquered to maintain that authentic patina, whilst keeping all the industrial elements intact. A patchwork tabletop has been created using scraps of metal with a variety of textures. A lattice frame holds it all together, which has been sprayed a vivid neon yellow. And to top it all off, no, it's not resin, but a custom-made tempered glass top. It's certainly unique, but will EJ be bowled over by it?
Wow, oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow, hello, how are you? You all right?
Good to see you.
I feel like I'm looking at the future. What's gone on here? This is great. So a table it is.
Yeah.
And it's metal, it's all metal.
Yeah, it's got, underneath it's got, it's all like a wooden board, and we've sort of, you know, basically drilled all of these pieces down to hold it down. And there's all just different bits. You've got different steels and different textures and aluminium.
Yeah.
And we looked at doing a poured resin, you know, to kind of cover the whole lot. But it was about 800 quid we're going to have to spend on resin.
Yeah.
So that went out.
So I would have just had resin for the budget and no table. But this looks amazing. I don't think, you know, you need resin or perspex. This is, like, lovely the way it is.
And then we wanted to keep as much of the detail as we could. They were really rusty. And we wanted to keep that. Yeah. So we basically just cleaned them up, got all the loose stuff off, and then finished them in lacquer.
Fortunately, Bex and Dave didn't blow the whole budget on a resin top, but it is time to talk money, EJ.
It's a fantastic table. Did you manage to stay within the £800 budget?
For our time, and a bit of new materials in the frame and the timber board, and we were there. 800 was a fair price.
Fabulous. Right. Got to try and sell it now.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. See you again.
Yeah,
Take
see
it
you
easy.
later.
See you.
Wow, so I thought I might be getting a table, but I certainly wasn't expecting that. It's industrial, it's funky, it's futuristic, it's fun. I love it. It's fantastic.
I think the biggest challenge on this job was, you know, we had to change what we had in mind because we wanted to use the, you know, poured resin, but we couldn't. So then it was, you know, how to adapt it. But that has worked out really well, so I'm glad it didn't work.
Yeah.
When EJ caught up with Steve at the recycling centre, he needed a little support with his props.
Give you a hand there.
Mate, yeah, lovely, cheers.
What have we got here then?
Some old acro props.
They're heavy, aren't they?
They are heavy.
Turns out Steve's no slouch when it comes to potential ideas.
I think you might make a table or adjustable bed or something like that out of it, because they've got the legs that go up and down. If you can get them all cleaned up and working again, they should work perfectly.
Steve probably didn't have a table like this in mind. EJ shared pictures of the table online, and what do you know, it was sold to an event management company in Milton Keynes. Company director Michael couldn't be happier.
I've never seen a table like this before, so I like it. It's an awesome table. It's going to look great in our office.
Now EJ's back in Woking to show Steve what's become of his old props and to hand over the profit.
Steve.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Last time I saw you, we were both down at the recycling centre.
That's right, yeah.
And you had those big metal acro props with you.
That's right.
Well, I found those really interesting and exciting, and I thought we could really do something with those. So I took them to a blacksmithing duo called Bex and Dave, and they worked their magic. Would you like to see what they did?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see,
Yeah,
lovely,
right,
yeah.
OK. So...
Oh, wow.
What did you think of that then?
Yeah, very creative.
It's obviously a big, industrial, futuristic-looking table.
Very different, very good.
Did you, in your wildest dreams, think it had become something like that?
I thought it would have to be something that was going to support something else because of the weight and the size of them. So, yeah, table's really good.
Well, fantastic. I'm glad you like it. The other really great news is we managed to sell it, and I have for you, Steve, a profit of £95.
Lovely, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Can I ask what you might spend that on?
My brother's just come over from Ireland for a few days, so probably go out for a family meal with it or something.
Fantastic. Well, look, have a good time.
Great.
And thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye, Steve.
Bye-bye.
It cost £800 to turn the old props into a table. It was sold for £895, leaving a tidy profit of £95 for Steve. EJ salvaged 3 items from the tip. The surplus floorboards became funky coffee tables, the old green chair was jazzed up, and the rusty old props are now supporting a futuristic tabletop.
Well, Leanne and her team and Bex and Dave pulled out all the stops to make my tip finds amazing. That's 3 items that were headed to landfill that are now heading to new homes. Brilliant.